All right. It almost defies logic. 2 days after the polls closed, we still do not know who won Nevada and Arizona. Hundreds of thousands of ballots are still out there. Quick rundown of where we are at. First, in the Nevada Senate, we'll start there. Touchscreen's working. Adam Laxalt has a lead right now of about 13,000 votes over Catherine Cortez Masto. The place that we continue to look is in Clark County, down here by Las Vegas. This has tightened just a little bit over the past couple of hours. Elko County up here in the rural northeast. Adam Laxalt has a commanding lead there. We don't know how many ballots are left there. The question is going to be the differences in the types of ballots, especially here in Clark County. Does this split keep up, or is Masto able to pull away with a larger split? Now we will go out to Nevada Senate races, from Nevada down to Arizona. There, Mark Kelly has the lead, the Democrat. We zoom in, but there's a lot of vote out still left in Maricopa County. 400,000 votes here in a county that's 53-44, but not all votes are the same. Some of these are breaking 53-44 for Kelly. The in-person and day of votes tend to vote more for Masters. We look at Pima County down here on the southern border. Kelly's ahead there. Then we go to Pinal County. That is between Tucson and Phoenix. You can see Blake Masters there, 10% of the votes still out. But again, it's very difficult to tell exactly what kind of ballots these are in terms of what the margins will be. With that, we bring in Scott Tranter, head of Decision Desk HQ. Real quick here, Scott, we want to get to the issue of why we don't know in a minute, but in Arizona, you would rather be Mark Kelly, I would assume, and in Nevada, would you rather be Castro or Laxalt?
That's a good question on that last one. Slight favorite to Castro, but that could change in the next 45 minutes to a couple hours as we get brand new votes and brand new total outstanding votes out of Nevada.
Okay, so Catherine Cortez Masto in Nevada, you said you'd rather be her because we think the outstanding votes favor her more. This is 2022. We have various computer systems. We have satellites. We have telephones. We have iPhones that are more powerful than something that put man on the moon. Why is it taking so much longer then to get the votes in these two states than, say, Florida?
Simply put, the rules the state has in place on when and how people can vote, as well as when and how these local officials can collect the vote and tabulate it. Because they have some restrictive signature checking requirements, which you can have other guests debate whether that's good or bad or indifferent. They have to basically unsheath the ballots, check them against books, and then tabulate them that way. They also take ballots all the way up to Election Day and even after Election Day sometimes. And so they can't count votes they haven't gotten in yet, which they still can take in for a little while longer.
So in other words, when we think about what happened, say, in Florida in 2000 and what just an epic mess it was of the hanging chads and the magnifying glass guy and on and on and on and on, they put things in place that allowed them to count votes much quicker, that if Arizona and Nevada adopted, they'd count quicker too.
Correct. This is a procedural
thing. So is
it
a political thing? Why would it be that people don't want to count ballots faster?
I think everyone wants to count them faster. And I know these local officials, in some cases, they're working 15, 16 hours a day. And they're bringing in, using their budgets the best they can to bring in, people to help out. They want to count these faster, but they got to do it within the rules and laws, which we want them to do. I don't want anyone to be breaking the laws to count stuff faster. And I don't think any citizen in Arizona or Nevada does. This really does come down to the state legislatures putting in rules similar to some of these other states that do it fast and do it accurately so that these local officials can do their jobs.
Yeah, these are live pictures right now in Maricopa County, and you look, they are working, and it's telling that they're trying to be as transparent as they can. And they put a live picture up of everybody working around the clock. Is there any feeling or understanding that the longer this takes and the more we have these sort of confusing moments where you're saying, well, I'd rather be the person who was down, that citizens and voters on both sides go, wait a second, this just, it feels like it doesn't make sense?
That's a fair response, especially if you only casually look at this. I think this is something the nation experienced in 2020, and if you're a close Arizona or Nevada watcher, you've been experiencing this your whole political career and life. It's a fair response. I just think we've got to get better laws in place.
All right, under the current rules, which obviously aren't going to change, you think by tomorrow we know?
Oh man,
God.
I make predictions for.
That was
I make
not the
predictions.
response anybody wanted to hear, Scott.
Yeah. I make predictions for a living, and this is one I'm not going to touch.
Okay, well, that says all we need to know. We will be here when the call is made. Scott, thank you very much. And obviously, if Democrats take both Arizona and Nevada, it's game over for control of the Senate. Thank you, sir. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.